Live from disappointing, cold and historic Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's the Julien Avery Snack and Drink Review. Here's your host, Julien Avery.
Hello, welcome back. I know it has been a long while, alright? I could have a million different explanations. I could be like this, I could be like that, my life fell apart, this and that. But at the end of the day, what really happened was I shaved my head, I didn't like it. I didn't want to be on camera for a very long time. Anyways, I have tried many drinks in my hiatus, off camera. And I have to say, they've all been fairly disappointing. But I'll run through my favorite drink pretty quick. They came out with 3 new releases. And as you may know, my favorite drink is the Red Bull brand energy drink. So they came out with 3 new flavors, 2 at once, 1 after. So for the spring editions, there was a grapefruit blossom in the purple can that came out. And that was excellent. The worst thing about it is that I haven't been able to find it since early April. I hope they bring it back in some regards, but that was pleasant. It was sweet in the right way. The floral notes were subtle. I love grapefruit. And, I guess my one qualm is that it maybe could have been a bit more tart, a bit more sour, but that was excellent. Now, the worst of the 3, whatever pink one came out with it, I don't even remember the name of the berry, wild berry, I think. That came out, and that was awful. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this specific flavor of Honest brand juice box, but I couldn't have a lot of sugary things when I was a kid, and I had to drink these juice boxes, and they were terrible. And that Red Bull tasted just like it, and it brought me back right to that point of enviously looking at people's Kool-Aid Jammers and Capri Suns, stuff of the ilk, and it was just terrible. It was just flat, gross, tasted like an air freshener, the worst of the worst when it comes to Red Bull. And for the third one, a return to form, white peach, an excellent summer flavor, subtle, sweet in the right ways, and an excellent mixer for summertime cocktails. So, you might be wondering, what prompted your return to reviewing? And I saw this at my job today, and I had to pick it up. New Sprite plus tea. Sprite plus tea. I assume it's simple. Part Sprite, part iced tea. Now, I'm excited and I'm nervous. Alright? I'm a little nervous about this one, which is why I wanted to do a review. Now, my issues aren't with Sprite. Sprite is actually remarkably consistent with their new flavors they introduced. I will say none has really hit the highs of the Limonade, which is still one of my favorite drinks. I love the sour. I love the mix of the Sprite, the carbonation with that sour lemonade. I think it's great. But the Sprite chills that came out, the cherry lime and the kiwi strawberry, both pretty good. The cherry Sprite they did, the tropical, the remix they've done. Sprite is pretty consistent when it comes to their flavors. Now, what I'm worried about is the addition of the tea. The tea is make or break for this. And I'm a former iced tea aficionado. That used to be all I drink. I wasn't into soda. I wasn't into, smoothies, stuff like that. I was very big into iced tea. I practically lived off the Arizona iced tea and lemon. Now, because of how much I drank in my past, I wouldn't consider myself an iced tea aficionado anymore. I prefer a hot tea, a green tea, something simple. I like those more herbal flavors, and I already know this is not going to have it. This is going to be your typical, cheap, kind of sugary brown iced tea sludge. Now, what I'm worried and what this really hinges on is the type of sugary, cheap iced tea the flavor profile is. Now, if it's of the brisk Lipton ilk, you can scratch this being good off the table. I hate brisk. I hate Lipton. They're practically undrinkable to me. They're sugary. They're disgusting. Now, if it's of the Arizona ilk, which is sugary brown sludge, but good sugary brown sludge, then this is going to be a home run. And I know this is a drink that people like. People make it on their own. I think a homemade version of this with some homemade sweet tea would be absolutely excellent. But that's enough intellectualizing this Sprite. Let's get into it. Gotta start with the smell. Smells pretty good. Smells like Sprite and tea. A little cleaning suppliesy, but maybe that's just me reading into it too hard. And now let's take our first sip together, if you're watching at home, of Sprite plus tea. They nailed it. They got it. Wow. This is a strong drink of the summer contender. Off one sip, this is a strong drink of the summer contender. Mark it in your calendars. Put it, place your bets. I know my personal drink of the summer. It's kind of cheating because it was here last year and I didn't expect it to return. It's coming back. That's going to be the Dr. Pepper with creamy coconut that's coming back. It's gross, but I love it, But just off one sip, this is everything I could ask for and more. It's refreshing. The tea isn't too sugary and overbearing. It's kind of light. And yeah, I think the refreshing quality is something you don't really get from a soda and something I really like about this. Now in for sip number 2. Yeah, that's excellent. Goes down smooth. Great aftertaste. Yeah, they use the perfect amount of the sugary brown sludge in this. Pick one up on a hot day. Obviously, where I'm at right now, I won't give my location, but you probably know. It's not very warm, and it sucks. But as soon as it warms up, this is going to be an excellent addition to a summer day. I'm going to give this a 7.5 with a summer upgrade to 8. Yep, it gets the summer boost because summer drinks and snacks are so important to nail. You got to have a good drink in the summer. Something new, exciting, interesting to keep you going. And yeah, this is excellent. I'm going to wrap it up there, and I will say I will be making a return to regularly scheduled content. Thank you for your patience. And please comment down below any drinks you would like to see me try soon. With that, there's an announcement. I am dropping the snacks from my review. I have been extremely disappointed in the quality of snacks to be released recently. They are all terrible. Every single chip I've tried in the past year has been dog shit. They've been awful. They just taste like the same versions of themselves. At best, at worst, they're gross. So no more snacks. Not in my wheelhouse, just drinks. In terms of candy, there's too much in the candy world to keep up with. I get candy like once in a fortnight. I'm not a consistent candy eater, so it's not my expertise. So, with that, farewell. Thanks for watching. And pick yourself up a Sprite plus tea on a hot summer day. Signing out.